everyone. Today I'm going to show you a very tricky things that most of the creators or most of the meshers in Second Life or in IMView actually get tricked on. It's about baking actually in making the texture. You have to make the shadows to be somehow to get some shadows on the mesh. And most of the creators they actually don't uh, get why is they getting black texture every time they getting black texture. Just going to show you, or I'm gonna review it to you how to actually bake without getting this ugly black texture. There is of course a lot of trouble troubleshooting about this, but most of the troubleshooting it's out there in YouTube videos, and it's almost in general, so it doesn't actually give you specific thing, and you try it and you still getting that frustrating black screen for some reason, black texture for some reason. And so today I decided to go ahead and go on it with you guys, and I hope I can be much of a helpful here. Alright, so as you can see here, I got a mesh that from a reference I made. We got ship here and a table and floor, and I need to get some texture in here and there. So the first thing is I'm going to see, first of all, guys, we have to see how would we like the shadows. Before we actually bake the shadows, we're gonna see how to bake them, or well, we're gonna see how to bake them, but we need to know in which side the shadows will go. So the first thing we have to do first is, go click Z and go to over to rendering mode. That will take us to the rendering mode. And I'm sure, because I already did that, I'm sure that you see EV here, and we need to move to cycles. That's the first thing, cycles right here. And then we're gonna make sure we click GPU, because you are going to use your video card actually. And unfortunately, if you have an AMD card, it's not going to work out for you. At least RX 580 and 570, they actually don't work with baking. You would need to try Substance Painter. Also, you will not get like the best results, because your video card, if it's AMD, it doesn't support overclocking or whatever they call it. So you will need to search which cards actually compatible with Blender or and actually in the baking. Alright, so if you have GPU, just click GPU. It's a graphic card, and we are actually ready to go. And as you can see here, it's black because why? I don't have any light source, so we're gonna click add, and then we're gonna add a light. I would suggest adding sun, and just move it up there a little bit, and we're going to actually, so already selected, just gonna click right here. Just try to move the strength a little bit, and as you can see, the strength is not making any kind of sense, because I keep doing strengths and it's not giving me anything. It's just darkness. And why is that? Because actually, computer is a machine, right? It's not going to tell you, oh, you have to do that so you can see light. It's not gonna tell you this. What you doing with your computer, it's what's going to happen. And basically, why it does that is just because, let's go back first to solid mode. Actually, material mode, material preview. And as you can see here, during my mesh, I have a sky for IM view, and we have the floor, right, which is the sea. It's going to be the sea here. But don't you see something weird? I have actually something covered the light. Yeah, well, that's how Blender reads it. So what you need to do is, first we need to edit that mesh. I already linked everything together. So first I need to go ahead, go in edit mode again. And we need to have, by the way, we need to have everything separate. So I have it already separate because I have every mesh separated alone materials. So I'm gonna select everything, click P, and separate my materials. As you can see, I have a lot of meshes here. Lord, I don't know how much, but you see, I have already separated everything alone, and that's what you need before you linking everything together. While you need to bake, need to make everything separated, so you don't get confusion between the UV maps. All right, so everything's separated. That's one of the errors you might actually figure it out. So we need to hide the sky. So actually, what we need to do is, you see the eye right there. We gotta select the part that we need to hide, and you see the eye right there. It's hiding the mesh, but also we also don't need to only hide the mesh. We also have to disable it in renders. And how to do that is, you see the camera right there. It's very tricky actually if you don't know this, but like the viewport is only what you see, but not the render machine sees. So we're gonna go ahead and disable that renders as well. And we're gonna go ahead and move to rendered. As you can see here, it's darkness, of course, because we have to click here and move the strengths a little bit up. And as you can see, we're getting some results here. All right, let me zoom that. All right, wait a second. As you can see here, we are getting some results. And as you can see, you can move. And wow, that's beautiful, isn't it? You're getting, well, ignore this noise right there, but it gets good after a little bit of seconds. It's like the rendering machine knows which edges it has to go through. So as you can see, we're getting a very beautiful shape in here. And that's what you need to do before you actually hit baking and you bake, because if you don't get results, how would you know which side you're gonna bake? And if everything is good in here and you're good to go, all you need to do is just select which mesh you need to have the texture on. So for example, I need to get this texture on, see this texture, the table, on the shadow on this ground for later to texture it, and so I can have this, it's kind of realistic kind of thing. So I will go ahead and go to shading. I'm gonna delete everything because that's my tries right here, and we have to do it all over again anyway. So we're gonna go to rendered, and we're gonna select that, and we're gonna add image texture, right? Image texture, and we're gonna name that, for example, ground baked. And we're gonna make sure that we have alpha unchecked, and the color we have to make white. And we're gonna click OK. Make sure it's blank also. All right, and so like we have to do what next is we're gonna hit principled BDSF, this tab. We're gonna click it and then hold shift and click that, and then go over to render right there, here in your right hand side. And while you're doing in render here, you go over to bake right here. You don't change anything actually, just go over to bake and just click bake. And as you can see, texture is baking right there. It's 0%. Of course, the more you have noise samples, it's going to take longer. The more less you have, you will see it's not taking so much to load. So for what is the noise? The noise is actually the sharp edges. So if you can do that in Photoshop, you can edit that professionally in Photoshop. You don't have to you can blaze that smartly, you can get the results if your video card is not the best. And after getting the results, you can go ahead and you know uh, edit that a little bit in Photoshop. Of course, I have it very maximum. I don't know the last time I was checking something, but we're not going to go with this results because I'm recording anyway and it's still using. It got something. Oh, look at that! And I have weird shadows. That looks like I'm view here. Why do I have these shadows? Do you know why? I did that in purpose, by the way. I know that I would get these results, but I did that in purpose. Why do I have these things? It's just because actually there's meshes right there that was not removed from the meshing. We not removed, disabled from the rendering. So as you can see here, I did show them now. As you can see, they are actually was not in the viewport, but they were in my render. So what we need to do is just, hide them all, as you see. Okay, we should, and this one too. All right, we should have now everything's okay. So we're gonna try again. So we're gonna hit that first green, then yellow, shift in yellow, and I actually not bother a lot with samples, so I'm just going to make it 1500, same as that. I already explained to you guys why it takes a long time. So I'm gonna hit pick again. I'm just gonna wait for the results. See, now it's going faster to 3%. Yeah. Alright. So as you can see here, I'm getting some results, good results, but as you can see, there's some green shadows. Why is that? It's just because I have right here the ground, and the ground is painted in green or whatever the texture I have on. So it's just giving something really weird. What you need to do is just select the ground and just hide it and remove it from the render. That's what that one. I have two grounds actually, and that one we don't need the grounds. I'm gonna try again. I'm just doing all the troubleshooting with you guys to make you see everything with me. So here, shift and click that, and hit peak again. Alright. Alright, as you can see, you're getting something here. Alright, that's how I actually need it. However, it's not the best, because I did not take my time with the samples. But you feel free, you can put the samples up and click bake. It will take some time, but you still get the results. But there you go. And the same for every mesh. You click a mesh, you make add image texture, and select bake, and there you go. Now, I actually saw a lot of creators complain about this issue because they don't understand the part where you have to disable the other meshes in the scene that's this actually in the way of the baking of the machine. They are in the way in the machine, and it's making the texture black. They don't get the part where they have to disable from renders as well. It's very tricky, and I hope that I actually explained to you as much as I could. And you guys, I actually noticed that my old video about the sticker thingy for making posts actually got removed by somehow. I'm assuming it's because of the copyright that I had in the video without asking the original creator. However, I can re-upload that because I actually asked the creator and they agreed with me, but they never reported me, so I don't understand how they got removed because of copyrights, and I never got notification from YouTube as well. But hey, if you want me to upload another video explaining that, you can always leave me a feedback down there. It's very simple using the sticker. It's not really hard, and I would suggest using Blender anyway to make poses. It's way efficient and way better. The sticker already got old and you cannot control it much as you do in Blender. It's very handy. Like, I hope you guys liked this video, and if you can, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends who's having the same problem. Tell them, hey, look, I got the solve. Alright, thank you for watching.